What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the Stella herself podcast. Welcome the fuck back. It's like actually a miracle that I'm here today because a bitch was so hungover earlier, and it's like kind of a rarity because I just haven't not really been anticing like that these days. So I just thought this whole day was gonna be a waste, but we rallied, we got ourselves together, and we're here. And also, I did not even order food. Yes, I went to Dunkin' and got a coffee, but that was it. And I'm filming a hungover with me video, so, you know, we're really capitalizing on my downfall. But as always, don't forget to screenshot this or take a cute little aesthetic boomerang if you're listening on your TV or in your car. Love seeing what y'all come up with, TBH. And we're honestly just going to see how this episode goes. I do have a few topics, but I just kind of feel like it's like I feel fine, and then like it's like a wave. I went to brunch yesterday. It was so cute, and I feel like I had just like a really fun, wholesome weekend. Honestly, like even though I anticked, I don't. It's not like I have a anxiety. I don't have any regrettable moments. Like I just had some good, wholesome fun, and I feel like I was able to like fully relax for the first time in a minute. It just makes me, oh my God, it just makes me feel so much better seeing, I don't know if y'all have seen this TikTok trend. Is it a sound? But it's like, funny thing about me is I've never been relaxed ever. Yeah, I think I talked about that in a podcast or in a vlog or something, but like setting boundaries and whatnot. And yeah, it was like in last week's podcast, I believe. But you know, people, like for me, it was like, oh, it's like setting boundaries has always been like hard. And when people would describe me as like, oh, it's so chill and like relaxed and laid back, it's like, I don't really identify with that. Like in some ways, yes, like I'm not going to fucking start a fight with you over something. I don't know. It's not like I'm an Angelina from Jersey Shore, you know, getting triggered at little stuff. But just the like internal anxieties and like, oh my God, I just need to know like the detail of every single plan, and like I just need to you know what I mean? So it's like, okay, glad people can relate. Why was I even talking about that? Basically, oh yeah, relaxing and just like enjoying myself. Yeah, I feel like this whole past year, happy pandemic anniversary, everyone. It's a little past it by the time this is out, but yeah, it's just crazy like how much this affects us. And not to like talk about that because I'm fucking sick of hearing about it and experiencing it and talking about it. I just feel like this whole past year, it's like, okay, my personal life has been like pretty decent, and I feel like I've experienced a lot of self-growth, and like I've learned a lot of new tools on how to like deal with anxiety and whatnot. But also it's like crazy when, you know, I know I've said it before, I know you have probably fucking thought it before or seen it somewhere, but it's just crazy you know, when the collective or like the external world around us is like so chaotic, how much that affects us. Like I have definitely experienced, I don't know, I feel like I've always been, like this is just an example, I feel like I've always been one to like, if I'm like obviously in the right, like in my ultimate comfort zone of like I'm alone in my bed, regular day, whatever, I'm usually able to like go to sleep pretty quickly. But this whole past year, it's like I have really experienced that, like, oh, as soon as my head hits the pillow, like my thoughts start like getting out of control. And it's crazy because it's like, okay, again, like my personal life's like pretty good, like I'm chilling, you know. But it's just crazy when there's so much like shit going on constantly. And I feel like we're constantly like on edge, even to like a slight degree. Like just kind of waiting for the next shoe to drop. Oh my God, I just got away with a nausea. I did not throw up today, but I'm excited to share with you my hungover morning routine. Anyway, that kind of goes into, well, as far as like not wanting to talk about something or like I don't want to talk about it anymore. So another TikTok, the Stella reviewing TikToks podcast, but this girl was like, if you like stop talking about it, the more you talk about it, the more it's a thing. If you want it to go away, don't talk about it. And I feel like in some ways, yes, in some ways, no. Like, you don't want to suppress your feelings. And sometimes it's like genuinely so important to talk about something with someone, like not emotionally dump, but you know, it can just make us feel so much better, or like to journal about it or whatever. But there's certain things that it's like I don't know, I definitely have a couple friends where it's like we will just be texting like all throughout the day. Like the conversation never ends. It's not like a hey WID, like it's just, I'm sure you can relate. And sometimes it's like something annoying will happen, or like there's someone annoying at the grocery store, or like I don't know. And it's like, I know at least for me, it's like I have this urge to like tell somebody or like tweet it or like put it out there. But then it's like, why do that? Like, what's the point of that? And especially with stuff that doesn't, it's not like, this is something I'm going through, or like I need advice on this, or like I want to share this. It's like just a random bullshit of negativity. So like, why put that on to somebody? Like, just because I feel this urge to like, oh, I want to share this. It's like, for what? Like, what is it? What is really the purpose of this? So that's kind of what I think about, what I've been thinking about. But yeah, it's like, obviously take that with a grain of salt, because again, I feel like on the other side of it, it's like, we really live in a society where, you know, it's like, oh, fuck love, like, but like, just about not opening up, just being very like guarded with how we feel. So I feel like, you know, there's a difference between like, let's not share some bullshit, or like, I don't know, just continue the negativity, and versus like, I'm never going to tell anyone about anything negative in my life for fear that it will bring unnecessary negativity. Like, it's not about avoiding negativity. It's like, why perpetuate some bullshit? Does this make sense? But I was just like thinking about that. Yeah, and honestly, I know I've talked about it before, but I'm very proud. Can I just take a moment? I'm very proud of how far I've come, because I used to be like all about the positivity, and not that I'm not, but I just feel like I have more of like a realistic approach. Like, it's not about avoiding negativity or like negative emotion, or like, oh, if I'm angry, that's like bad, or if I'm sad, that's like bad, or it shows that I care. If I want to cry over this lame ass boy, like, oh my god, that's so like triggering. So I just feel like I've gotten a lot more in touch with like my emotions, and it can be so helpful, like especially if you are someone who kind of has like anxiety, or you're like, I don't know, it's like you need to know the details of every single plan, or like, oh my god, I don't know, you know the fucking vibe. But sometimes it's like you feel something and you don't even necessarily know why you feel it, because it's over something so petty or like small or like seemingly insignificant. So it's not until you take a step back and ask yourself, like, okay, like if, like a classic example for me is like, if me and my friends have plans on this day, I want to know like what time, like obviously there's basic stuff you have to know, but it's like in advance, I want to know like what time should I like leave my house, like just like I need to know every detail. And so if I don't, or it's like, oh, we haven't decided yet or whatever, it's like I'm kind of like frustrated. And then it's like, okay, like chill out, take a step back, it's gonna be fine, it's been fine every other time before. Like, I don't know, just little stuff like that, because I feel like also some stuff, it's just like we're so used to thinking that way, or almost like feeling that way, that we don't even really question it or take time to take a step back. So when we do, it can be very eye-opening onto like why we feel certain ways. And it's just like mindfulness, you know? I feel like I'm all over the place, but that's just kind of the type of day that I'm having. Apparently it's National Nap Day today, and I tried to take a fucking nap and it did not even work. This is why I don't be drinking, bro. This is like my first real hangover of the year, to be honest. And it's not like a bad one, but it's like, okay, it's the afternoon now and I'm still feeling like gross. Ugh. I wanted to order food so bad today, but I didn't. I made a smoothie and I'm defrosting a chicken. Great. I just want some pho. Like, it's been raining, which is great. Like, great hangover day. It was raining all day. I think it still is. Like, I literally was going to go to Whole Foods, and I was like, damn, like, if I'm going to go to Whole Foods or, like, a populated grocery store, like, later in the day, like, not when they first open, it's like I kind of want to look cute. Not, like, cute, but, like, I want to, like, do an eyebrow and, like, put on a casual, cute outfit. Because it's like you never know who you might see. But if I go at 8 a.m., it's like, okay, sometimes there's baddies, but it's like, okay, I don't really, it's like I'm kind of just get the fuck out. Can I just say the amount of toilet paper that was at Target, I was like shook. Like I've never seen that much. It was like 2 full aisles and then like a side aisle. Like it was actually shocking. And not just in comparison to, you know, when there was no toilet paper, but like I feel like if that had never happened, I probably would still be like, damn, like why does this Target have so much toilet paper? Like so many different brands, like so much. There's like a surplus. It was insane. And the amount of like butt wipes, like there was a whole fucking thing full of different wipes. It was like, I've never seen anything like it. Why did everyone fucking buy all the toilet paper? Like, are you fucking dumb? That's like the one thing that it's like, I don't want to say not a necessity because that sounds gross, but that's like, you could fucking clean your ass the traditional way with like water and soap, you know? Like, why was that everyone's main concern? Whatever. This isn't March 2020. Ew, let's not go there. But you know what I mean? It's just like, people are so fucking dumb. Okay. Another thing I wanted to talk about, which I know I've kind of discussed before, but I saw something, it reminded me of it. And I guess as dude, shit's like open here today. Like we still have to wear masks, but like indoor dining and gyms and some movie theaters maybe, but they're all allowed to be open now, like at a like certain percent of capacity. That's like weird. But I feel like as we start to get more into regular life, and I say that like very lightly, like I don't think this is like regular life, just because the governor is like, okay, we can open stuff. It's like, that doesn't mean it's okay. Like, but I will also say, especially here, cases have gone down so much. But my point of sharing that was like, especially as we get back into regular life and we can like go on dates and like go out and meet people and like talk to people and get attention and whatnot, I am intrigued to like put what I've learned, you know, from the attached book and just from my own self-reflections, put it into practice and kind of just like see what comes up, what happens, you know? It's like, okay, what else am I going to do? So one of those things, and this is kind of related to the attached book, you'll see. But just, there was like a TikTok, oh my God, so annoying. Somebody was talking about like, oh, like just like bullshit dating tips. Basically, like you don't want to be the one who, like, you win if you're less attached. You win if you're less invested. You win if you take longer to reply. Just that dynamic of like that chase and like the cat and mouse, you know, like bullshit. And let me just tell you, especially if you have an anxious attachment style, practicing these things is very, honestly, detrimental to your dating life and your love life, because you're only going to attract somebody who also wants to play those games. If you want to be, you know, in a secure relationship, you have to be secure yourself and like in your actions, or like through your actions of communicating with the other person. Does that make sense? But I just kind of had this moment where I was like, damn, like it's not about like trying to get the avoidant or like the guy who always seems a little busy, or the guy who like ghosts you for a month and then pops back up. It's not about getting them or convincing them to like you, because it's not about you. It's about like their own attachment style or just how they are or whatever. Like, it's not about trying to fix that or change them or like get them to like you or get them to stick around or whatever. It's about like finding someone who's compatible with your own attachment style or just like your own vibe. And like, obviously there's a difference. Like, I mean, I'm all for like, you know, yeah, respect people, but like a lot, especially, you know, if you're just here to bullshit and like, I don't know, part of me just loves the chase and flirting and attention. Honestly, like, when you're out and you feel poppin' and guys are talking to you, like, obviously when it's warranted, like, I don't want dusties talking to me, you know what I mean? But if it's like there's something fun about that flirtation and like it's not like oh, I want to pursue a serious relationship. But it's just like fun, light. Yeah, whatever. Do the fucking chase. I don't know. Maybe a dating coach therapist would advise not to do that, but I don't know. I feel like, if it's not serious, it's not serious. But if you're with someone or talking to someone, sleeping with someone, hanging out with someone that you do want to be serious with, it's like you can't play those same games because this is not just a random hoe in the club. This is like someone you want to actually fuck with. So you can't, treat them like a hoe. Calling men hoes. Reverse the roles, okay? But you know what I mean? Like, you just have to, and I'm like literally saying this to myself, but it's like you have to know what you want. And therefore, I think you can be a little more clear in communicating with dudes or whoever, and like just in your own actions. Like you don't, like if you're kind of like unsure, like I kind of want to like be in a relationship, but I also kind of like, the whole life, or just, that like flirtatious, like very just superficial, like whatever, like nothing wrong with it. It's literally one of the greatest stories of being alive. Like seriously, it's so fun. But I think once you're clear on it, then you can like be confident in your actions. It's like, okay, if I am like, taking so long to reply to this dude, it's like, okay, well, I know I don't want to be with him. So that's not to say like, I mean, like the scam part of me wants to be like, yeah, do it. Play these games because it's just a random. But it's also like the other part of me is like, treat everyone with respect. But then it's like, are these dudes thinking that way? Because it doesn't seem like it sometimes. Whatever. But I think bottom line, like being confident in like what you want. And then also, I mean, it kind of shows respect for the person, the dude, whoever, but it also just helps your own life. Like if you're really not interested in someone and they're pursuing you in like a serious way, like they're like, I want to take you out, I want to be with you, like whatever, don't string them along. Like if because sometimes it's like you like the attention, or so you're like, oh, let me text back, or like let me respond to their DM or whatever. But I think it's like if you really know that you're not interested, it's like just don't reply. Like don't reach out, don't FaceTime them when you're drunk, because it's just gonna like make them think that you're interested. And it's like, why do you want to deal with that? Like if someone is like if you're both on the same vibe of like, oh, it's just like a fun little flirtatious thing, this is just the relationship that we have, it's like hee hee ha ha, that's one thing. But like, I don't know, I just feel like for your own peace of mind, know what you want. Like I don't want to be with this dude, I don't want to take him seriously, therefore I'm not gonna reach out, I'm not gonna like open that door, just a lot of random things I've been thinking about. But yeah, anyway, I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. Also, this is the first time I haven't done my eyebrows in so long, like literally no makeup today, but so used to just like doing an eyebrow and mascara and bronzer, so I'm kind of feeling, bro, these fucking little flies, I swear they're like from my plants. Oh my god. I honestly have like nothing else to say. I really want pho, but I don't want to pay $10 delivery fee because it's like raining today, so there's no drivers, so there's like a shortage. So I'm going to try to finesse a little rice moment with a miso type of broth, miso type beat. And this day has honestly felt like 4 days in one. Like, oh my god, daylight savings fucked me up too. Like, if you wake up early, daylight savings is not for you because it's like dark until 7 a.m. now. And it used to get light at like 5:50. And I'd be like, yes, starting my day, and it feels like the day is actually starting. Now it's like, ew, why would I want to wake up that early and have it still be dark for that long? It's like, I guess it gets darker later, but like at what cost? I want my morning routine. Anyway, y'all, let me know what you want me to talk about in the next episode. This was a little short, I agree. Gosh darn, what can you do? But just know that, at least I have a fun little weekend and made a memory or two. Thank you guys so much for listening. Don't forget to check out my merch, and I will talk to you guys in the next episode.